everybody, this is Dan, aka Entertainmentwf, and I've encountered quite a mess. Anyway, this is a video response to Gay is the New Black. And I think she meant to type in crack, but she wrote in black. I'm very confused by this. Okay, sorry, I need to keep myself straightened on here. Okay, anyway, I felt like doing a response, in particular because I found this video quite demonstrably stupid and morally creepy. like I have lots of intellectual discussions with people, but certainly I would not want to talk about two disjoint things and relate them to each other in such a manner that is kind of creepy like that. Firstly, let me make a concrete distinction here. Okay, you have two categories here. You're talking about crack, you're talking about gay marriage here. They're two very different things out there. Okay? If I had set A and set B, they'd completely be disjoint. They surely can interact with each other, but they're disjoint. They're disjoint, different things. One's a material, one's a passionate feeling between two people, for example. And that's another thing I had a problem with this video. It made quite a distinction, the thinking that marriage is between two people. A man and a woman. I guess that's the religious view of things, because surely only delusional people would think that. Or people that just think that love is something that becomes a needs of sex. Certainly sex is a good thing, but not to say it's independent of those two things. Lots of societies had homosexuality between them. In fact, if you look at ancient cultures, for example, in the Greek culture, their term for love was eros. It was the love between another person with yourself. Make the distinction. It's between a person and another person. It doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman. Ironically, that adaptation really came into play around when the religious cultures came into being. But the thing is, it originally was just a concept between two people. But the thing is, it kind of just creeps me out that somebody would say such a thing. Because you can have two people, any two genders loving each other. It's demonstrable to say that just because somebody can't have that, it's just that. Okay, just sorry here. Just kind of creeping me out here. Okay, I'm not homosexual myself, but I personally think that marriage is very important between two people if they want to reach that bond between themselves. For example, I can give you a perfectly good example of why societies try to fight for this. They want a way to have an equal treatment to the same kind of feelings they have. Marriage is very important in that kind of sense because it gives you that kind of feeling. And I'll give you a very good story of this, and it'll make you feel completely ignorant to the fact that you're saying such a thing on a computer. Okay. Let me take you to a little brief story. We're going to talk about Alan Turing here. Alan Turing is the father of computer science, and the father of the computer. He was a homosexual himself. His society in his time, they didn't accept homosexuality. They thought homosexuality was a disease at his point in time. The government thought it was, and they thought it was a danger to the society, that it was just gays. He, in fact, killed himself over this, because he was very, very proud of his homosexuality. He felt it's just his love like anybody else would. But the British government had a problem with it, because they thought it was a security risk. But yet, most of his inspirations that we see today, and the modern sciences working strictly on just those things that he discovered himself, say like Turing machine designs, and the limits of knowledge, for example, can disprove God, for example, with it. Anyway, such limits are very crucial in modern theoretical computer science, for instance. This man was inspired directly from his homosexuality and his love for one of his loves, Christopher, who died young, for example. And he was greatly inspired by that. And I thought that was a very important role on Turing's life. Because Without that, I don't think we would have the same kind of machine here. We certainly would have lost a lot of mathematical developments. Say, learning Turing machine designs, knowing the most powerful ways we can compute things, and many other problems like that. Anyway, thought I would throw that out there. Turing fought very greatly for that kind of stuff because he was a homosexuality and he wasn't scared to show it. And as myself, I'm a theorist myself, and I admire greatly his work. He's one of my heroes. And I think it's very, very dangerous to say that there's one priority over another. They're equally in priority because they're both love. Eros. The passion between two people. And they compare it to, say, something like crack, which could have dangerous causes to it, but certainly it's opinion-based. It's not just a society-based. Surely it has great influences on the society and its influence. But I'm talking about biological differences here. People just certainly want to do it for preference. I don't want to stop them. I don't want to do it myself, but certainly I'm not stopping them from doing it. I just care about my health here. But that's not the point. The point is that you're comparing two things that are completely different from each other. They may overlap in actions, but certainly, it's ignorant to say that they're linked in any way. Anyway, I thought maybe that you need to learn a little piece of the information that you may be wanting, and I think it's demonstrable to say that it's a new version of crack. It sickens me right to the stomach if you want to know. Anyway, have yourself a beautiful day, and don't forget to smile.